20 minutes or possibly more in a game that could determine the series or decide that these two teams will travel back to Detroit for a 7th game on Wednesday. The Red Wings are 7-12 all time in best-of-7 playoff series in which they trail 3-2. In 2002, they were down 3-2 to Colorado. They won 2-0 at the Pepsi Center and then returned home to win the series 7-0 at the Joe Louis Arena. And of course, they went on to win the Stanley Cup. Knocked down at the line by Schneider, contacted with a high stick.
No goals to show you, so we'll show you the best chance. And it's Martin Gelinas off the post. That's how close it is to being a 1-0 game. Both goaltenders phenomenal. Only one goal the past 94 shots. And Kiprusoff 109 minutes and 58 seconds without allowing a goal. Everything close in the game. Chances at the end of the first, 5-5. The end of the second, 5-4. It's been a real juggernaut for both teams, but the goalies have been the story.
Donovan trying to go wide and then throw it out the short side. Regier races in from the point. Lang chips it around the boards. Woolley takes a hit. Shanahan chops it to the line, not out. Nielsen kept it onside. Nieminen goes to the corner, comes up with the puck, takes the shot into the glove of Joseph, with Donovan right there.
Curtis Joseph, I know what he's saying because I have been there. Please get me a goal. Just one goal, because that would be enough.
Joseph has a 62-win, 65-loss postseason record.
Well, since coming to Detroit, this Detroit team has not scored goals in bunches for him in the postseason.
Draper put himself offside as he came flying through the neutral zone.
In fact, they haven't scored goals in drops for him. The minuscule, his last 23 playoff starts, he's given up 3 goals or less, and that's an incredible number. That gives your team a chance to win every night. You look at puck battles. There have been 36 puck battles in this game where either team could have won the puck. Calgary has won 2 more than Detroit. That's how close these teams have battled.
Well, in 66 playoff games this year, the losing team has scored 2 or more goals on only 6 occasions.
Every faceoff becomes critical, particularly now. Detroit, no Steve Yzerman, and he was excellent on the faceoff circle. Lang can't take draws because of his hand, so a lot of onus gets put on number 33, and Conroy has been great all series long.
Let me correct that last comment. I should have said has scored more than 2 goals on only 6 occasions.
I was going to correct you too, Don. I was on the tip of my tongue.
I noticed you were thinking back to some of the scores. Commodore and Ferentz are back at the points. Conroy couldn't get it there, but Iginla has it back of the net. Iginla tried to move it out front, knocked away from him. Whitney to Maltby. Now Draper at the line. He dumps it to the corner. Poked away from Maltby. Schneider from the point. Shot knocked down before it gets to the net. And the Flames start away. Iginla in across the line. Dumping it to the corner. Penalty coming up against the Red Wings.
The penalty is on Whitney. Gelinas makes a great shot block in the defensive zone, and then Whitney decides he's going to water ski with him all the way up the ice because he's not in good defensive position. Look right in the middle of your frame. There's the shot block, and Whitney picks him up and all the way up the ice. And good for Gelinas for keeping his feet moving, because by keeping his feet moving, the referee was able to see it.
Zetterberg won the draw, and the puck is fired out by Hatcher. Chance here in this 3rd period for the Flames to be first on the board, and you get the feeling that 1 goal tonight might stand up regardless of which side scores it.
And Dave Lewis thinks that too. He's got Hatcher and Lidstrom out killing the penalty. Lidstrom started the period, so now we are 2 minutes into this period, and he's not left the ice. And there's still 1 minute and 47 left to kill.
Maltby and Kovasu, before the puck was dropped, got tangled up. Make that Clark, not Kovasu.
Here's what happened right off the start. Look at the right. Maltby's stick comes up and clips Clark. That's why he was so upset.
Lidstrom finds some room. Ference has it. Clark couldn't go anywhere with it. Now Ference will try. He'll drive it in. Puck loose in the corner. Back to the line for Leopold. Over to Saprikan. In front. Deflection by Ference, who came racing in from the point. Joseph makes the save. Another save, and Ference again came racing in after the big rebound. Ran into Draper. Saprikan to Leopold. Back to Saprikan. Saprikan into the corner. Over to Leopold. Ference for Leopold. Lets the shot go, the save, and the puck is knocked away from Yell. Penalty coming up as Lidstrom was knocked down, and that comes with 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Whitney.
Yell is going to get the penalty. Or Clark, I'm sorry. Clark will get the penalty. And it's Lidstrom with a real good stick. Tips the puck loose and is about to clear the puck. Watch the good stick there as he knocks it off Yell's stick, and then Clark trips him. Curtis Joseph, he may have saved the season for Detroit as Ference made his way backdoor. Hatcher all tied up in front of the net.
Monador chips it off the boards, races after it, but he's prevented from getting there, and Woolley will move it over to Zetterberg. He flips it down the ice. Kiprusoff is forced to make the save. Regier moves it up on the wing. Here comes Monador. Long shoot in wide of the net. The Flames make a change. In 7 seconds, the Red Wings will have a power play. Zetterberg's pass is picked off, and now Whitney is on the ice. 1:17 remaining in this Detroit power play. Nieminen does a good job of bringing the puck all the way back into his own zone as the Flames take time off the penalty clock. 57 seconds remaining now as Lang comes in across the line trying to find Holmstrom. The pass was beyond his reach. Ference along the boards to the line, but not out. Nielsen now will hammer it down the ice. Lombardi and Yell out there in the penalty killing role. It's played in off Lang. Kiprusoff leaves it there. It comes to the line, knocked down by Woolley. And a second clearing attempt. Woolley tried to knock it down again, but it slipped out to the neutral zone. 20 seconds remaining on this power play. Holmstrom being forced by Conroy. Now he dumps it in. Regier takes a look. Tries to reverse it for Leopold. Leopold chips it up along the boards, and the Flames, Ginla will successfully drive at the length of the ice to take the final seconds off the penalty to Clark. The Flames are back at full strength and get a round of applause from the spectators. Nielsen almost stole it. Now it's Draper coming in across the line. Draper for Whitney, and whistle goes.
Fans thought there should have been a penalty. No penalty call, and here's the offside, and this is pretty close. as Whitney steps over the line inches before Draper had got the line.
Just past the 5-minute mark of period 3. We're still looking for the first goal here at the Pengrowth Saddledome. Yell against Datsuk in the face-off circle.
And a different look again. Steve Thomas on left wing. He's normally a right winger. And Brett Hull playing right wing on this line.
Hatcher for Datsuk. Dandino up in the right side. Puck loose in the corner. Flipped around to the far side. Warner races after it. He moves it ahead, and with some help from Clark, it's chipped out to center ice. Dumped right back in by the Red Wings. Warner is back after it. He gets away from one forechecker for Saprikan. Dandino's on him, preventing him from clearing. Ference puts it around the boards. Thomas back of the net. Hull was tied up. The puck loose, and now it's Kovasu with it. Skating out of his own zone. Chipping it to the corner. Saprikan goes in after it along with Dandino. Dandino is able to tie up Saprikan's stick. Regier at the point lets the shot go. That's wide. Thomas trying to chip it up along the boards. Can't get it out. Montador throws it towards the net. Kicked away by Joseph. Kovasu and Hatcher in the battle back of the net. Kovasu and Conroy. Now Conroy comes up with it. Conroy goes back to the net. It's poked away from him. He races over after it. Back to Regier. He lets the shot go. Blockered away by Joseph. And this time, to ease the pressure, Dandino fires at the length of the ice, and that will bring it back for a face-off in the Red Wing zone.
Save of the season for Curtis Joseph. Hatcher all tied up in front of the net with Clark. And Ference goes back door. Curtis Joseph has to make an enormous save. Draper did tip that puck, though, and it hit Ference's leg. He was able to get a stick on it. It would have been a much more significant attempt at the net.
Schneider in the corner battling with Niemanen. Out front, and Donovan had his stick lifted, couldn't get the shot away. Shanahan looking for McCarty. Broken up. Lang has to move it back as McCarty was way offside. Boy, he was coming through the neutral zone with some speed. Had they been able to hit him with that pass, he was in alone on Kiprasov. Iginla shovels it up along the boards. Niemanen couldn't go anywhere with it. Now it's Iginla trying to work through, taken out of the play by Hatcher. Holmstrom dumps it down the ice. Warner's back after it. He chips it out to center. Conroy takes a hit there from Hatcher, directly in front of the Red Wing bench. Leopold from his own line, ahead for Iginla. Hatcher goes back after it, and this will result in a whistle with 12:07 remaining in the third period.
All night long, the physical game is being played by a lot of combatants, but Hatcher has been the most physical for Detroit. Looked a lot like Brian McCabe there with the flying two-cheek check on Conroy.
Hull leaves it in the corner for Zetterberg. Around the boards for Datsuk. Datsuk takes a hit, tries to make a play, but at the side of the net, it's picked up by Regier. Regier puts it off the glass, down the ice. Broken up there by Rivers. Saprikan racing to the corner with Dandino. Rivers plays it around the other side, but not out. At the point, Ference getting into position, can't shoot it. Now lets it go, it bounces off his stick. Rivers gloves it ahead for Zetterberg. Saprikan gains the line. Lombardi leaves it there. Saprikan couldn't get to it in time. Zetterberg loses it. Saprikan keeps it onside, wheels and fires, knocked down in front by Rivers. Zetterberg with a long shot into the glove of Kiprasov. He drops it at the side of the net for Leopold as the Red Wings make a change. Flipped into the Red Wing zone. Lowry racing after it. And The fans thought that Lowry may have touched it first, but apparently Schneider got to it, and resulting in the icing call.
10:54 left to go in the third period, and the season in the balance. Stanley Cup rings are critical. There's a recipe for success. Detroit, 35 of them. Calgary, 7. 8 players on Detroit with 3 cups. So this is where they have to draw on their experience. They have played more Stanley Cup games since 1995 than anybody in the National Hockey League. 144 games. But there is a point where a team like Calgary, who only have 7, where this is where they make their mark. This is where they stand up.
Well, as Daryl Sutter was saying to his players today, the postseason is where you define your career.
And at one point, Detroit had 7. And before they knew it, they had 35. Calgary, 1 goal away from going to the Final Four. What an accomplishment that would be for this hockey club.
7-0 the shots on goal in this third period favoring Calgary. 27-22 overall. Still looking for the first goal of the game.
Well, you can see, Don, Detroit is a tight team. You can ask them if they are tight, they'll say no, but you can tell by the play. The shot clock doesn't lie.
Here's Draper coming through the neutral zone, losing the puck as he crossed the blue line. Ahead for Nieminen. Nieminen fakes the shot. Nieminen dropped it off, and it's picked off by Whitney. Whitney in across the line, dumps it back of the net. Montador has it. Nieminen this time just whips it around the boards, not out. Woolley keeps it onside. His shot knocked down before it gets to the net. Woolley again from the point. Woolley takes a look, fires the shot wide. It ricochets off the boards, and Iginla will drive it right on Curtis Joseph to relieve the pressure as the Flames change up. A couple of times the Flames had opportunities to clear the zone and didn't get it out. Ferentz is back after it. McCarty is after him and bumps into the Calgary defenseman, but he was able to ring it around the boards. Lidstrom looking for Datsuk coming through the neutral zone. Couldn't find him with the pass. Now Commodore, long lead pass for Iginla! Saved by Joseph, loose puck in front. Lidstrom coming back to take Jelen out of the play, and it's a penalty against the Detroit Red Wings.
Iginla hiding on the left side gets a breakaway. Normally a right winger playing the left wing.
So with 9:09 remaining, a Calgary power play. The Sea of Red on its feet, roaring approval in anticipation of this Calgary power play. Breaking the goose egg. Midway through this third period, Lidstrom in the penalty box, only his 2nd penalty of this year's playoffs.
How do you get away from Nicholas Lidstrom? Play left wing. Cuts across the middle, good chance, and Lidstrom has to draw a penalty. That rushes down Lidstrom's side. It's tough to beat him like that with speed. Smart play by Iginla.
Lowry is out there with Conroy and Iginla.
And for Detroit, Don, your best penalty killer is sitting in the box.
Leopold and Ferentz are back on the points. The puck caught up in skates and finally dumped out to center. Leopold having some problems against Maltby. Now he plays it ahead to Lowry. Lowry is checked. Good work by Maltby on the penalty kill. Leopold. Rink wide pass for Conway on the wing. And Iginla with the shot just wide. Talking to Kiprasov earlier today, I asked him who he thought had the best shot in the league. He said, number 12, Jerome Iginla. And Iginla can really rifle that puck, as we've seen on his last 2 shifts. Here's Shanahan picking up the puck at his own line. Nieminen trying to cut him off. Zetterberg following up in the play, couldn't get a shot away. Finally, the puck comes free to Ferentz. 48 seconds remaining on this power play. Iginla flips it behind his back. Montador moving in. He lets the shot go. It's wide. At the other point, Regier keeps it onside. Regier lets the shot go. That's also wide. And this time it ricochets all the way back to center ice. Dumped in by the Flames, but this will result in a whistle with 25 seconds remaining on the power play.
Referees are going to be very reluctant to put a team down 5-on-3 when the season lies in the balance. And although that drew a roar from the crowd, no penalty was called.
7:34 remaining in this third period. From the face-off, Saprikan leaves it there. Regier whips it around the boards. Draper will get to it ahead of Montador. And this will enable the Red Wings to wind down the penalty clock. Montador back in his own zone after it. Time for one more rush. Only 8 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's Saprikan trying to work in. He's knocked off the puck by Dandino. Lidstrom back on the ice as Nielsen picks it up. Back to the line. Montador with the shot. It's knocked down before it gets there. Montador again with the shot. That's blocked in front of the net. Fed ahead to Lidstrom. Lidstrom drops it off for Dandino. Dandino moving in. Lets the shot go well wide of the net. Clark chips it to the line. Not out. And on a second attempt, Nielsen gets it out. For Clark. Clark with Saprikan. He lets the shot go. And sliding in front of it to block it was Schneider. Saprikan for Clark. Clark in the corner. Tried to get it back to the line. Knocked away from him by Datsuk. Datsuk has Hull on the wing. Hull getting set. Lets the shot go and Kiprusoff will hold it.
Brett Hull's got to have a better read here. All kinds of speed coming at him. You can't play man on man. He does. Turns away towards the boards there. He's flat-footed. There's the 2-on-1. You've got to recognize that. This play here, the third straight shot block for Matthew Schneider. So he is doing his part tonight to make sure that they play in 2 days.
Warner chips it off the boards. Jelena gets to the red line. Couldn't shoot it in. The Wings back in their own zone. 6:05 remaining. Back after it goes Leopold. Leopold moves it up along the board for Jelena. Jelena chips it to the line, but not out. Shanahan plays it back at the net for McCarty. McCarty looking in front for Lang, and Lang was tied up. And Kovacic starts away. He has Jelena with him. Jelena puts on the brakes. Jelena lets the shot go. Steered away by Joseph as Kovacic had gone to the net. Now Kovacic back to the net. He couldn't center. The puck loose in the corner. Jelena raced after it, beaten to the puck. And Zetterberg brings it out to center ice. He'll dump it in. Ferentz flips it around the other side. The Red Wings in the process of making a change. Pass picked off. Here's Zetterberg. Zetterberg couldn't get a shot away. Hull, rather than shoot, tried to find Zetterberg. Hull is knocked down. Gets it back to Dandino. Dandino for Zetterberg. He tried to crash the net. Poked away from him by Kiprusoff. Now Iginla comes away. Iginla gains the line. Trying to move into position. Iginla shoots. Knocked away by Joseph. A battle in the corner for the puck. To the line. And Hatcher brings it slowly up ice for Dandino. Dandino goes into the corner. Regier takes him in against the boards. Lombardi is bumped in the corner. Whitney pushes it in. Regier takes a hit from Maltby. Those two continue to battle for the puck with 4:25 remaining. Now it's Donovan at the line trying to get it out, and finally it does come out to center ice. Draper quickly brings it back. Lets the shot go! And just slides past the post. Kiprusoff got a piece of it. It just went past the post. Here's Donovan with some speed. Donovan trying to move into position, and he was tied up there by Lidstrom. Whitney will dump it in. He heads to the bench. Puck loose in the Calgary zone. Centering attempt, knocked down. Nieminen moves it across. Here comes Nielsen. Nielsen looking for Clark, who had gone to the net. Couldn't get it to him. Clark pinned in against the boards by Hatcher. Lang comes back to pick it up with 3:34 remaining in this third period. Holmstrom and Warner battled for the puck. Warner tried to flip it ahead. The battle continues. Now Shanahan tries to free it. Holmstrom comes up with it. Holmstrom leaves it in the corner. Leopold is after it. Datsuk is after him. Clark chips it up ice. Zetterberg drives it back into the Calgary zone. Ferris is after it, and he'll clear the zone. Lidstrom and Schneider had to wait for their teammates to get onside. Zetterberg drives it back in. Ferris back after it. Ferris moves it ahead. Yell on the right side for Kovacic. Kovacic, long shot steered away by Joseph. Saprikin with a shot. That hit a stick and went wide. Kovacic leaves it in the corner for Saprikin. Saprikin trying to come out of the corner against Lidstrom. Saprikin still has it into the slot area. Nobody there. Commodore with a shot. Knocked down in front of the net. Lidstrom on the right side for Hall. Hall coming in across the line. Lets the shot go off the glove of Kiprasov. Zetterberg up front for Draper. His shot is blocked. Ferentz, I think, got a piece of it. Hall cuts off the clearing attempt. Here's Draper, backhand shot steered away by Kiprasov. Frantic action late in this third period at both ends of the ice. Draper again for Whitney. Weak shot, a bouncing puck, wisely held by Kiprasov. 1:55 left.
Calgary off of a bad change. Counter game is enacted by Detroit, and that nearly squeaks through Kiprasov. What I like about Kiprasov, though, is that nearly squeaks through. It's the next save he makes. Makes it look so calm and cool, as if all 21,000 people in this building had not been holding their breath.
Shanahan and Lang flank McCarty. Nielsen will take the face-off for Calgary. Montador tried to move it up along the boards. He's tied up. Nielsen digs out the puck. Donovan got it out to center ice before he's taken out of the play by Shanahan. Back comes Lang. McCarty goes to the net. The pass doesn't get there. Nieminen takes a look. He tried to go rink wide with it. Too far for Donovan. Schneider whips it around the boards. Lidstrom in his own zone, being pressured by Donovan. Now Schneider for Lidstrom. On the right side for Draper with some speed. Draper moving in. Throws it through the crease. Maltby couldn't get there. Maltby pinned in against the boards. Draper pushes it back to Hatcher at the point. His shot bounces wide of the net. Puck back of the net. Draper trying to center it as we move into the final minute. Now Draper to Hatcher at the point. He'll play it back of the net. Going after the loose puck. Regier ahead for Clark. He chips it up the ice trying to get away from Hatcher, but was beaten to the puck by Dandenault. Dandenault now takes the pass and across the line. Puts on the brakes, looks for some help. Dumps it down to the corner. Shanahan was tied up, manages to come up with the puck. Back of the net for Lang, out front for McCarty. Broken up, and Clark starts away. Three Flames to the attack. In across the line. Lowry with the shot, stopped by Joseph. Clark getting set again, lets the shot go. Joseph gets a piece of that, and it also goes off the side of the net. Lowry knocked down in front of the net by Hatcher. Now ahead for McCarty. McCarty taking his time, and this game is going to go to overtime as Montador plays it up along the glass and out to center ice. Prior to overtime in Game 7 of the Vancouver series, Jerome McGinley in the dressing room said to his teammates, "Who wants to be the hero?" It was Martin Jelena who became the man. Prior to overtime in Game 1 against the Red Wings, he delivered the same speech. Jelena set up Marcus Nielsen for the winning goal. Do you think he'd try it 3 times in a row, Glenn?
Absolutely. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Lidstrom is back after it. Lidstrom and Schneider have logged a lot of ice time for the Red Wings back on the blue line. Whitney dumps it in. Kiprasov leaves it there for Mondador. He tried to chip it up the boards. Back to Lidstrom at the point. There's the shot just wide. Schneider races in for Maltby. Maltby trying to get away from a check and move out front. Mondador has the puck to the line and deflected out to center ice. Lidstrom tried to slide it through to Whitney, and it's a 2-line pass resulting in a whistle.
It's a long change. It's not like regulation. You change ends in playoff hockey. So it's the long change for both teams. Changes become critical. And as you mentioned, with guys like Lidstrom and Schneider playing so many minutes, they had best watch how long they're on the ice.
Hatcher has also logged a lot of ice time as Dave Lewis is rotating his 3 key rear guards with critical ice time. Conroy chips it up along the boards. Jelena is after it. Jelena couldn't get it out. Now it comes out to center ice, fed ahead to Iginla. Iginla with a shot, and Joseph will hold it. Curtis Joseph, when facing elimination in Game 7, has 4 shutouts in 21 career starts.
Pretty impressive. Jarome Iginla. Sutter has really monitored his ice time. He only played 19 minutes and 7 seconds after regulation. Only once all playoffs had he played less than 20.
From the draw, the puck is deflected up into the crowd, and we'll have a face-off outside the line.
So that should leave plenty of gas in the tank for Jarome Iginla. And they've had a hard time containing him. They've had a hard time, period, with this Calgary team and its speed.
Almost 29 minutes for Lidstrom through the first 60 minutes. Almost the same for Schneider. Just over 26 minutes for Hatcher. Zetterberg shoots it in, and it deflects up into the netting, resulting in another whistle.
Every player on Calgary, with the exception of Commodore, had a shot on goal. It has been a total team effort. On the other hand, Detroit, Zetterberg and Lang, 2 big guns up front, have not registered a shot.
Datsuk pushes it back to Hatcher. Dandino drives it in. It ricochets around the boards. Yell comes in to try and get it loose. Yell pins his man in against the boards. Pushed free, comes to the line. Hatcher with a shot, knocked down by Regier for Clark. Clark on the wing for Saprikin. Saprikin races to the corner after, puts on the brakes against Dandino. Hatcher comes back to pick up the puck. Approaching the 2-minute mark of this overtime session. Now it's Iginla. In across the line. Iginla for Conroy. Looking for Mondador. Comes to the line. Warner turns and fires. Knocked down in front. And McCarty on his knees will push it ahead. Shot fired wide by Schneider. Left in the corner. Warner whips it around the boards. Iginla takes a hit, but the puck gets past him and down the ice. Warner flips it ahead. Conroy has it. Conroy for Jelena. He kicks it in across the line. Jelena has it. Jelena tried to make a move, lost control of the puck. Knocks down a clearing attempt, tried to find Iginla in the corner. It was broken up by Schneider, who has really had a strong game. Lidstrom's shot is blocked by Mondador. Here comes Kovacic. Kovacic tried to drag it around Thomas, and Thomas wouldn't have any part of it. Rink wide now for Whitney. He'll softly dump it to the corner as the Red Wings make a change. Montador is back after it. His pass almost picked off. Lowry down the left side against Dandenault. Taken in against the boards by the Red Wing defenseman. Rivers flips it ahead to Thomas. Thomas dumps it to the line. Ference is back after it. He'll fire it out of the zone. Rivers has to wait for his teammates to get back on side. Now he moves it across to Dandenault. The Red Wings drive it in. Kiprusoff leaves it back of the net. Played ahead off the boards. Too far for Donovan. Shanahan back into his own zone for Woolley. Now over to Hatcher. And it's a two-line pass as he finds Holmstrom in the neutral zone.
We've talked all series long about the speed for Calgary. And this youngster Kobasu shows exactly that. Lidstrom rarely makes a mistake, but he does there. Shot block. Kobasu is off to the races, but Steve Thomas, KG veteran, is back in good defensive position to bail out Lidstrom.
Hatcher slides it through for Shanahan, who dumps it in. Leopold is back after it against Lang. Leopold comes up with the puck. Can't clear. Shanahan to the line. Hatcher's long shot knocked down by Kiprusoff. Holmstrom banging away at it, and Kiprusoff is able to recover.
Wonderful focus by Kiprusoff. Hatcher just keeps his puck in. And it's a bouncing puck. Holmstrom is Johnny on the spot. Look at the focus of Kiprusoff as he reaches behind him and pulls this off of the goal line.
Datsuk wins the draw. Lidstrom from the point, steered away by Kiprusoff. Zetterberg trying to work out of the corner, knocked down. Yell has the puck. Around the boards for Saprikin. He couldn't get out. But following up on the play, Regier. He knocks it back into the Red Wing zone. Schneider, rink-wide pass for Zetterberg. Zetterberg fires the shot that Kiprusoff steers against the glass and then catches as it bounces back.
Well, it's a start for Zetterberg. He now has a shot. That line, if they need a goal from anybody, it would be Zetterberg, Datsuk, or Hull. All three have not produced in this series.
Well, the Red Wings have a 4-1 edge in shots in this overtime as we approach the 5-minute mark. Conroy wins the draw. Warner picks up the puck. Jelena couldn't get it out. Jelena being pressured by Shanahan. Now he tries to move it along the boards. Puck comes to the front of the net. Leopold has it. He'll bank it ahead for Iginla. Iginla, rink-wide pass for Jelena. Beyond his reach, Dandenault is back after it. Holmstrom dumps it out of the zone. Warner has it for Calgary. Warner, long shoot in on Joseph, and Joseph will leave it there for Hatcher. Ference plays it back for Commodore. He banks it off the boards out to center ice. Iginla almost stole the puck just inside the blue line, but it was bouncing on him and he couldn't move with it. Schneider for Hatcher. And the boos every time Hatcher touches the puck. Rink wide for Hull. Hull gets set, couldn't shoot it. It was knocked away from him by Commodore. Lidstrom setting up behind his own net. Kobasu heads off to the bench. He's replaced by Donovan. Fed ahead for Williams. Beyond his reach, it's back of the net. Out front, and Niemanen is there to pick it off the glass, not out. Now the Flames get another opportunity. This time they'll move it ahead. Donovan with some speed, couldn't get around Lidstrom. Donovan had it in his skates. From the point, Montador chops it to the corner. Niemanen races after it, beaten to the puck, kept onside by Regier. Back of the net, Nieminen trying to get to it. Nieminen knocked off the puck. It's whipped around the boards and down the ice. And this will produce a whistle and a face-off back in the Red Wing zone with 13:29 remaining in the first overtime.
Real good chance for Detroit. Bouncing puck. Brett Hull would love to had a sweeter set of hands. Watch the players. Schneider jumps into play. And if Hull manages to see Schneider in the middle of your screen, it's a pretty good spot to shoot from.
McCarty against Yell. They tie each other up, but the Red Wings come up with the puck. Warner moves it across for Leopold. Leopold puts it in high off the glass. Maltby is back after it for Hatcher. Hatcher moves it along the boards. The Red Wings dump it out of the zone. Yell takes a hit from Maltby as he fires the puck back into Detroit territory. Hatcher up along the boards. Warner at the point, keeps it onside. The rebound! Saved by Joseph off Lombardi. Lowry in front of the net with the deflection, and Joseph had to come up with two big saves, with Lombardi grabbing the rebound. Ferentz whips it around the boards, not out. Dandenault keeps it onside. Now Lombardi will get it out of the zone, looking for Clark down the right wing beyond his reach. Rivers plays it back to the far corner, takes a return pass from Dandenault. Pass up the middle beyond the reach of any teammate as Ferentz goes back for the whistle on the icing call.
Too many minutes for Hatcher, maybe. He's starting to make some mental mistakes. That's why they've had to play Rivers. Watch Hatcher. No one on him, and yet he gives it away. There's no one there to take that puck. Curtis with the first save, and the second save absolutely enormous.
Conroy wins the draw. Jelena pushes it to the corner. Jelena along the boards being worked over. Iginla comes in to help out. Ferentz from the point. He lets the shot go. That's high and up into the netting.
Great chance for Lombardi, and it's the response from the coaching staff that I really like. Coach Preston comes over, letting him know it's okay, kid. You'll get another chance. And when you do, you bury it.
Well, it's amazing that Lombardi is still in the game after the first period elbow he took from Hatcher. He went off to the dressing room, but returned for the second. Lidstrom. Back of his own net. For Schneider, back to Lidstrom. On the wing for Draper. Draper taken out of the play by Mondador. Regeer picks up the puck. Jelena. In across the line. Jelena tried to shovel it through for Iginla. Mondador dumps it to the corner. Iginla trying to get away from Maltby. Now back to the net. Jelena throws it out front. And Iginla couldn't get a stick on it. Whitney plays it to an open wing. Mondador is back after it. Mondador flips it in. Knocked down by Lidstrom. He reverses things to Schneider. Rink-wide pass too far for Draper. Leopold on the left side for Nielsen. Dropping it off for Donovan. Donovan going wide out front. Tied up in front of the net, Leopold, as the puck is put back down the ice, resulting in another icing call.
Some sloppy defensive play in mid-ice by Detroit, and that leads to a good chance. You see at the top of your screen, they actually changed there.
Leopold had come in from the point, was right in front of the net, but he was effectively tied up, couldn't get a shot away. Back to Warner, he lets a shot go, it's wide. Leopold racing in from the point, but Donovan got to it. Donovan tried to push it off into the corner, broken up by the Red Wings. Zetterberg leaves it for Hull, back to the line, Hatcher with a shot, and Kiprusoff saw that one all the way.
We saw it all the way, Don, because of Rhett Warner. Rhett Warner made sure that nobody could get to the front of the net. And Kiprusoff was able to easily see this play. Watch Rhett Warner on Zetterberg. Stays right with him. I think Zetterberg might want to put a little bit more effort in getting into that blue paint. But that's the part of a series. When you know that you can't beat a guy physically, you don't compete to get to the front of the net.
McCarty against Yell. From the face-off, the puck loose. Pushed to the far board. Shanahan is after it. He centers it. Montador knocks it down. The puck loose again. In the slot area, McCarty throws it in front. Shanahan was knocked down. Another shot steered away, and Clark starts away. He has Saprikin jumping up with him. Clark moving into position, shoots. Joseph makes the save. That may have gone off his shoulder and off his face mask. Clark is out front. Pass skips right past him. Lombardi going to the corner. Lang trying to tie him up. Hatcher goes to the far side. Saprikin was on him. And now the Red Wings fire at the length of the ice, resulting in another whistle. 9:51 remaining in this first overtime.
Detroit not responsible in the offensive zone, and they give up an odd man rush. Clark redirect off a Hatcher. And here's the reason for not having good positioning up ice. Detroit think they're so close to scoring a goal. They got 3 players caught. And Curtis Joseph's getting his mask fixed at the bench. The clasps are made of plastic. And so if a puck hits that plastic clasp, it'll break it. And they're putting a new one on.
Paul Boyer, the equipment man, doing a quick repair job on the mask of goaltender Curtis Joseph, who took the shot by Clark right off the mask. I thought initially that it might have deflected off his shoulder and then the mask, but I think it hit him squarely on the mask.
And that's at least 3 saves tonight that Curtis has made with his head.
From the face-off, Schneider whips it around the boards. Whitney finds Draper. Draper winds, and that's steered away by Kiprusoff. Whitney with the shot. That's deflected. Back to the net. Picked up by Saprikin. He dumps it into the neutral zone. Back after it is Rivers. Rivers takes his time. Dumps it in. Commodore retreating, being pressured by Draper. Commodore got to the line. Passed it off, and it's dumped out to center ice. Now Whitney is back after it. Jelena in forechecking. Conroy almost stole it. Ginla got it. Couldn't control it. Zetterberg got up to center ice, was knocked down. Long shot fired in, racing after the puck. Dandino along with Conroy and Ginla. The loose puck brought out now by Datsuk. McCarty trying to jump up into the play. Dropped off for Zetterberg. He shoots, and the puck goes off the skate to the far corner. Jelena pushes it ahead to Ginla. Ginla in across the line for Jelena. Jelena to the front of the net. And Warner was tied up. Conroy with a shot knocked down. The puck played off the glass and out, and back goes Leopold. 8:29 remaining in this first overtime. Warner for Donovan. He knocked it down but couldn't handle it. Hull comes back. Hull lets the shot go. Kiprusoff with the pad save. Donovan banks it off the boards. Nielsen is away with Nieminen. Nielsen trying to go wide on Hatcher. Puts on the brakes. Nieminen looks to the front of the net. Lets the shot go. It's wide. Donovan in the corner. He's knocked down by Hatcher. And the puck was gloved ahead, resulting in the whistle.
Brett Hull, always so dangerous, quick release, gets to the middle of the ice, and from a real good spot shoots back against the grain. And the Calgary Flames, real good chance. Warner driving to the net, but he's tied up by Dandino. That last shift, Ginla was on the ice with Rivers, Dandino, and the Datsuk line. That's exactly the matchup that Sutter wants. If he can get that again, then he's going to reap some benefits of a chance.
Montador drives it in. Joseph knocks it away to Hatcher. Saprikin is in forechecking. This line, Clark, Saprikin, and Yell came very close to ending it. Lang having problems with the pass. Now it's Clark starting up ice. Clark for Saprikin. Hatcher takes him in against the boards. Clark goes to the corner after it. Yell knocks Hatcher down, and that draws a reaction from the fans. Out front! Quick release by Clark, and Joseph got a piece of it. Now Lang moves it up on the wing. Holmstrom, rink wide for Shanahan. Shanahan looking back for Holmstrom. Good defensive play by Saprikin. 7 minutes remaining in this overtime. Back after it is Yell. Montador. Montador will flip it out of the zone. Joseph is forced to steer it away for Schneider. Around the boards for Lidstrom. Lidstrom flipped it out, and it was fired right back in by Warner, resulting in the whistle.
Stefan Yell with a real big hit on Hatcher. Leads to this real good chance. The forecheck has been very effective for Calgary. Quick release, one-timer. Curtis Joseph. It's all about reflex. And Saprikin, watch the play he makes in the defensive side of the game. Youngster dives and breaks up the play.
Commodore moves it over for Ferentz. He'll ring it in around the boards. Hatcher being pressured by Kobasu, manages to move it ahead. Maltby takes a hit as he dumps it down into the Calgary zone. Ferentz trying to play it off the glass and out, put it into the Red Wing bench, and Dave Lewis had to react quickly.
Well, Dave Lewis, he had the same injury as Steve Yzerman. See that little scar on his right cheek? The game against Toronto in the 70s, Brian Glennie hit him with a shot with the exact same injury. And here's a look at what the coaching staff sees with Ferentz's set breakout. Never know, maybe he was aiming for his own bench. He's unhappy with the coaching staff there. I know that happened every once in a while when Mike Keenan was the coach of the New York Rangers.
You were on the bench trying to fire pucks out.
I wasn't catching them, I can tell you that, Don.
From the faceoff, Warner whips it around the boards. Hatcher with a long shot, that's wide of the net. Jelen under pressure, he'll fire it down the ice. And Hatcher will go back to touch up for the icing call.
Face-off so critical. If you can start each play with the puck, you're in great shape, particularly in your own zone.
Warner and Leopold are going off. Montador and Regier out there. From the face-off, Montador has it. Montador had some problems. He got the puck caught up in his skates, trying to move it up along the boards. Datsuk has it. Datsuk plays it back to the net. McCarty for Zetterberg. Zetterberg. Conroy all over him. Now McCarty tries to move it along the boards. Montador poking at it. Datsuk tried to knock it in. Now it's knocked out to center ice. Again, I had some problems trying to pick it up. He was reaching for the puck. Schneider back of his own net as the Flames make a change. Commodore flips it to the line. Now Nielsen will push it to the corner. Schneider going after it. Donovan after him, and he takes him in hard against the boards. Commodore fires it rink wide back into the Detroit zone. 5 minutes remaining in this first overtime session. Donovan in on the forecheck against Schneider. Over to Lidstrom. Lidstrom back to Schneider. Schneider will shoot it in. Lang trying to pick it up along the wall. He takes a hit from Commodore. Hull flips it to the corner. Puck comes back to the line. Clark has it. Clark pushes it off the boards, intended for Nieminen. He's in the battle with Dandino. The puck goes back of the net. Rivers going after it along with Clark. These two in a battle. Lang comes in to try and help out. The puck caught up in skates. And finally the whistle goes with 4:25 left in this first overtime. And Clark and Rivers continue their battle after the whistle.
Well, both teams at best be smart here, because 4-on-4 hockey is not how you want to have this settled. Given the right people on the ice, the advantage goes to Detroit. However, given everybody else on the ice, the advantage goes to Calgary because of their speed. You can see by the reaction of that Detroit bench, there are some tired players on that bench. They've had a hard time keeping up with the speed of Calgary.
Williams wins the draw. Maltby can't get it out against Warner. Lombardi trying to poke it in. Williams is on him, and the four players tie each other up, resulting in another whistle.
Williams has not played much tonight. Dave Lewis using him with Maltby and Draper. And watch the little shot Maltby gives Warner. The little mind games that both teams play, trying to draw each other into penalties.
Well, you said Williams hadn't played much. 4:51. Here's Leopold faking the shot. There's the shot in front of the net. Kobasu couldn't redirect it. Kobasu out front, couldn't find the handle. He races after the puck, dumps it back of the net. Lowry lost his stick. The puck is dumped out to center ice. Leopold back after it. He lost it, but Williams couldn't go anywhere with it. Now Draper breaks in. The shot, the save, the rebound, and that's flipped to the corner. Warner on Maltby. Lombardi comes up with it, takes no chances, dumps it down the ice. Here's a race for the puck. Jelena going after it. Jelena couldn't get a shot away as Lindstrom came back and Schneider stayed with him. Fans thinking there should have been a penalty call. The puck comes through the crease. Conroy lost the handle as he went to the corner after. 3:20 remaining. Zetterberg in across the line. Zetterberg going to the net, and that shot is off the side of the net, up high into the netting.
Zetterberg tries to go short side on Kiprusoff. This is a tricky little play. All kinds of traffic making its way to the front of the net. And Leopold loses this in the snowdrift. How could the ice be good at this point? 11:16 at night here in Calgary. And Draper, good speed and a real good chance. No commercial timeouts, Don, to clear that snow away during overtime.
Oh, that shot from the far boards just missed. Here's Shanahan wheeling and firing it. Shanahan knocks it down. Lang moving in. Puck loose in front as Kiprusoff makes the save. Shanahan wheels and fires it wide. Dandino at the point. He dumps it back of the net. Regehr and Holmstrom in a battle. Nieminen finally chips it out to center ice. Hatcher had to wait for his teammates to get onside. Now Regehr has it. Regehr lead pass played in off Nieminen. Hatcher back after it. Hatcher whips it around the boards. Shanahan got to center ice, dumped it in. Back after it is Ference. Ference around in the far boards for Yell, who takes a hit from Shanahan. Hatcher didn't wait long enough for Hull to vacate the zone as Commodore takes down Hatcher, and the fans love that.
Couple good chances. Shanahan shoots wide. All kinds of traffic in front. Lang had a real good chance in front of the net right before that. Lang doesn't have a bad hand. He gets a lot more velocity on that shot. You can see the strategy for Detroit. All kinds of bodies in front. Throw the puck at the net.
Schneider fires it in. Ferentz is back after it. Ferentz banks it off the boards. Lidstrom back in his own zone over for Schneider. Here comes Draper getting to the line. Stop there. Williams checked by Saprikin. Draper has it though. Lets the shot go wide. Thomas wheels and fires. The save by Kiprasov. Ferentz fires it right in on Joseph as the Flames make a change. Thomas on the left side moves it back for Lidstrom. Now ahead for Thomas. Thomas played it into the slot area. Nobody in position to accept the pass. 1:26 remaining. Here comes Lombardi. Going to the net is Kovacic. Back to the point. Leopold with a shot. That's hit Sabati. And the Red Wings start out 3-on-2, led by Datsuk. Datsuk over on the wing. The shot by McCarty. Knocked down by Kiprasov. Kovacic gets to center ice. Takes a hit there from Hatcher. Leopold following up with the play. Drives it in as we move into the final minute of this first overtime. Conroy in the corner. Tried to slide it out front. And the puck was loose for just a moment. Now Iginla takes a shot. The rebound in front. Jelena scores! He eliminated the Vancouver Canucks in overtime. That was early in Game 7. Late in the first overtime period, 46.9 seconds remaining. Martin Jelena ends the season for the Detroit Red Wings.
You think back to the absence of Warner for a couple games, and Commodore and Montador step up, and Brandon Evans, how about him stepping up when he was called upon? And with some solid goaltending, and the game breaking of Iginla's line, and shot making of Jelena, Calgary goes to the Final Four.
Jelena's fifth of the playoffs from Iginla and Conroy. 19-13, the second consecutive shutout for Mika Kiprasov. And the Flames have done what many considered the impossible in this 2003-2004 season. They have advanced to the Western Conference Final against either Colorado or San Jose.
What a whale of a series Curtis Joseph played. What a whale of a series Mika Kiprasov played. He had his team believing there's no chance a puck was going to get by him.
Jelena dropped his stick the moment the puck went in, and the Flame bench erupted in happiness as they move on.
And that is a total team effort from everybody.
Well, here's the overtime hero with Steve.
He is the man with the Midas touch, Marty Jelena, the overtime winner against Vancouver, and now the overtime winner against Detroit. Congratulations, Marty.
Thank you. Now look at this. That feels good right now.
Isn't this unbelievable, the crowd?
This team's been resilient, been working extremely hard. We got the city behind us. It's been a lot of fun in the playoffs so far.
Marty, when did you start believing you could beat Detroit?
You know, right after our first period, we knew we could compete with Detroit. We knew we had the will to work extremely hard. They had more skill, but we worked extremely hard and it paid off tonight.
This has been a total team effort all the way.
You know, we got Kipper, it's been unbelievable. Jerome McGill, great playoffs so far. Everybody's been chipping in at different time. It's been a lot of fun.
Marty, what does it mean to this team, this city, this franchise to go through to the third round?
You know, it means quite a bit. It's been 15 years since this team advanced to the second round, so going to the third round, it's a big plus for this city.
Marty, thanks for this. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry, I can't hear very well.
Guys!
Yes, hearing is a problem here in this still raucous Pengrowth Saddledome.